when people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, the socially awkward nerd, Christian Paulson, in the building once again. And Juicy. What we are dealing with, ladies and gentlemen, I just found out through some breaking news stemming from the social media streets, especially with YouTube. You see there's like a lot of dogs literally barking and growling. Huge shout out and rest in peace to DMX. In regards to that, a lot of barking and growling in regards to what Imane, the social media, like the main highly successful social media video game streamer over the past decade or so, who has a background in industrial engineering in Canada, mind you. She has made a controversy in regards to making a statement that she has basically founded like a cookie brand alongside with her fellow friend and partner, having these small batches of cookies that cost about $7 a bag, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's if I'm not mistaken, there's definitely one of her viewers, or actually one of her supporters, that actually asked a question like, why make those cookies literally that expensive? And she has a little bit of an issue with that, and she got taken aback, and she basically made some comment, as actually been shown early up in the video, saying if you're not able to afford my cookies, then you are a brokey. These are her words, not mine. Or in her words, broke boy. Right? It's beyond the mess. It's beyond the sin and the shame. It's beyond irate to literally to no end. And we are gonna take a look into a short clip, and that's by Philip DeFranco. Shout out to him, in which he actually posted news in regards to Imane's controversy and all this other craziness that mainly stems about. So for those of you, if I actually look in the side, I'm not even looking directly in that camera, that means I have a second stream, which I was able to mainly get, just so I can actually try and make sure I actually present some quality videos literally down to the general public, just so if I'm looking in this direction, understand I'm looking at the second screen as I'm going over it, so that we can try to see what is really going on up in these streets. So let me try to put my microphone back where it needs to be, and let's go have a little bit of fun with this madness. Juicy. Juicy.
Daily online drama news. Let's talk about this Pokimane situation. Because the way the cookie has crumbled in this situation, I hate myself for saying it that way, but the way things have played out has been very interesting. As we talked about this previously, she just launched a new snack company called Myna Snacks, specifically releasing gluten-free cookies made with natural ingredients and no preservatives. And there was initially some backlash about how the cookies were made, if she just stuck her branding on an already existing product, which she denied. And while that aspect of this whole thing is kind of played out, today's controversy has to do with the price of the cookies, because it costs $28 for a pack of 4 bags. And some people with that think that's pretty steep and criticizing. And all of this appeared to get so much bigger because she seemingly addressed this over the weekend, saying,
when people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's 7.
Yeah, it's 28 basically on one bundle, right? And actually getting an individual bag for about $7 based on what the bundle is when it comes with the bags. And I'm well aware that they're gluten-free, but let's go look into what Demean has said again.
$7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but
this is where Pokimane fucked up right there. Number one, okay, you can't be way too sarcastic and belittling towards your followers and your supporters and your watchers just because they actually have some struggles with like some basic math online. computations and costs and all these other things. You call them idiot just because they don't even know how to actually compute, some numbers or anything like that, or they actually have some stuff. That's like basically like one fuck up right there. That's the first fuck up. Let's continue.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
With people getting...
Woo! Yeah. It's real bad. And I understand what Pokemon's mainly trying to do, but you cannot react to your supporters in this way, saying that somebody is broke just because they may not be internationally purchasing like a cookie or a bag like this, or they may be feeling that they may be expensive to really to try to purchase at the moment, or they just may not like any cookies altogether. If they just don't want to buy the cookies, then let them be. That's your right. That's on them. But don't be coming out trying to belittle someone just because they don't want to actually buy your product. They don't want to buy it. Let them go. But it's like the way you treat your potential customers. It's the way you treat your potential followers. That's like a big irky to me, and I understand why Pokemon's getting all this crazy backlash right now. Is because of the reaction on how she presented and how she was actually treating those guests and those potential customers up here. Not only can it actually wreck your image, it can also definitely wreck your bag when it comes to stuff like this, unfortunately.
Absolutely pissed about her comment there, saying things like, these streamers are getting so out of touch with reality, it's actually
juicy. I tell you, a lot of these views are actually taking her as very arrogant right now.
Disgusted. I love when streamers get so rich they start calling their fans dumb and poor. It's so awesome. And listen, if I ever become a millionaire and start calling my audience broke, just beat me up. I give you all permission right now. Hell, even big names like Voice Critical chime in.
I don't know what would possess her to say something so rude and nasty to the audience she is trying to sell this product to. Your wealth was built on their backs.
So it is also
spot on. I fully agree to what Charlie has said from Penguin. Shout out to him, by the way.
Worth noting that some people did defend her, saying it's just another case of people finding an excuse to call her out, arguing if you can't afford the cookies, don't buy them.
And I agree, and it's right. Don't buy them, and now be it, and just let it go. And I know they got some crazy stuff, and some people do stay. That's reflected upon the viewer. And there's some people that actually do react to give a criticism, and they don't even buy the cookies at all, and they just let it be. You know what I mean? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Oh my God. Y'all don't really know their backstory like that, man. They're just some regular viewer that you don't even met personally. You don't even know their backstory. When you come up with some crazy ass comments like this, let me continue.
It's so simple. This girl launches some cookies and the whole world's on fire, but actual problematic streamers do wild shit and y'all stay shut. And as someone with celiac disease, I spend anywhere from $5 to $10 for a single bag of certified gluten-free.
And again, this is in the case of one individual, which is definitely understandable, because I understand make things gluten-free requires a certain form of processing and preparation, so I can understand why the price could be a bit higher in that case. Which in a short while, I will definitely be discussing more comparisons on certain cookies that they can literally try to get out of through Google, Amazon, Walmart, Target, or even through your local stores that could be possibly cheaper than the Myna brand that they have, Pokemon mainly has, which we'll definitely research together.
Cookies every time I shop. This pricing is normal for gluten-free goodies. Yep.
But my question to Miss Christina is how is being critical of a price point when it comes to certain cookies being hating successful women? I don't understand that at all. Like, just because you criticize someone's price point or someone's actually because it could be mainly expensive basically towards one or a couple buyers, does that mean that they're actually like does that mean that they're literally like shitty people and all that other stuff? And I'm making assuming that we hating all of a sudden. Come on, man. I Christine, I know. Please, I just need you to please think a bit more critically and a bit more deeply here. That's all That's all I need to say.
I'll just love to hate successful women. Which I will say, my celiac writer Maddie can confirm that price point. That ends up kind of just being part of her life. She's made peace with $10 bags of cookies a long time ago. But also with this, you have people saying, yes, people have and do go after Pokimane for kind of nothing bullshit. But here, shaming someone for not having money is an ugly...
Uncalled for. Uncalled for. And they can literally disdain your image. They can literally taint your image literally down the line.
Nasty look. And for her part, Pokimane did actually respond to all this backlash, writing, "Well, what I said was 100% intended to be a joke. I see why it came off as insensitive, and I apologize for that. I also understand the current price of the cookies may be expensive for some, and promise..."
There we go. There we go. And I'll give Pokimane some credit, or Imane some credit. At least she's actually doing her best to try to make things right and actually trying to study the basic supply and demand moves basically for her products to try and make things as affordable for her fans and supporters and for other people around the world as much as she possibly can with her business partner. So I will give him that. We can all learn from this situation here. You want to try and make sure you treat your customers and potential customers very professionally as well as respectfully if you want to try and have successful business relationships with them.
They'll continue to consider pricing to keep Myna as affordable as possible. And also saying that her comment was specifically referring to one rude person in
the group, right? This is basically what they have. And I basically cut that move basically up at that point. So basically with Pokimane's situation, at least he's repenting. I'll definitely give her on that. But I also want to try and discuss some things up in the next clip on which other types of gluten-free cookies that you can consider buying if you feel that Myna is a bit way too expensive for your taste, which we will be definitely looking into right about now. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're definitely well aware of the cookies that Myna has with the current price point, $28 for 4 bags. Now I want to really take a moment and actually trying to look into the competitors of gluten-free cookies that you get out to try to look online or nearby. So if you see here, they got all these cookies that you can literally show. They have some gluten-free ones, $31, $50, gluten-free cookie varieties you could get on a big bag for $18. Whereas you go for Myna, if you get a bag in Myna, you get a bag alone, you get $7. But if you get a couple packs, it's like $28 for 4 bags. So I can understand why it's not really that easy. When you try to make a product that's gluten-free, whether it's cookies or any form of food, it requires a different form of processing. It requires a special set of production that may take some more time and effort in order to really bring it out, in order to soothe the needs of someone with celiac disease or any other form of disease that they may have issue with, like some sort of chemicals that could trigger their body. So hence why the price is spiked up a bit, because of the effort, because of the labor that comes along with that, unfortunately. So we look down to the list of cookies that you have available up on Google, which you can definitely literally search. You can find those. You have some for $31, $50, $20. That's a little bit individual. $49.99, $16 just for 1 bag, $27.99. And the Sweet Lorenz, it could definitely be picked up basically in nearby Targets. That could actually come close to competing with Myna cookies, which would be like another cheap alternative that you see here. If we scroll down, I have a bunch of cookies that you could get, one for about $12, $9.03 for 1 big bag, $80 for gluten-free cookies that you see here, $12.74 for 1. Excuse me. You have individual big cookies that you can have for $5. Gluten-free tea cookies you get for $5 from Walmart. You can scroll all the way down, and what you have to be dealing with tomorrow. You have a box of cinnamon cookies for $6. Special glass gluten-free cookies for $5 approximately. It's a crazy mess. One for $4.90 that you definitely have shipped up to your home. You know, as long as you actually don't have to worry about any free delivery, but please make sure you actually thoroughly do your research on the site and see if they actually do have a delivery fee, just to make sure. Immaculate Cookies, about $6.49. You go through scroll all of these areas that you literally see here. So basically, from where I live up in the suburbs of New York City, I'm actually trying to use myself as an example here, where I mainly live up in the tri-state area. So if you're, for instance, if you're able to go be nearby, if you want to try and pick up some gluten-free cookies literally nearby and actually not want to try and deal with shipping, you know, they have plenty of options you can definitely go to. You can definitely go to, for those of you that actually live up in the New York City metropolitan area, on the New York City Metroplex. You know, you have your ShopRights, your Stop and Shops, you know, you got your local stores there, or if you're going to anywhere up in the United States or Canada, just make sure you go look online and look for your regional stores and type in gluten-free cookies. You'll be able to literally look for them on the cheap. You can find some of those at your local ShopRite, for example, for those of you that live up in the New York City area, New York City suburbs. You know, you can get some for $4.50, $5, $4.18 for sure. You can get some like around $4 or $5 a pop just for one bag, right? Target, you could get some for like about $4 or $5 in one bag as well, right? And like the cheapest ones you can try to get would be close to $4. You got a baker coming that could come by close to $3. Gluten-free literally going all the way there, and you got pharmacies coming by, so on and so forth. But Targets, you can definitely find those for literally $5. Soft cookies for $4.38. Cookie mix flour that they have up there, you can get for $6, but I know they're not in the bag. Big Lots, $6. Highway cookies, again, $7. Dick's Sporting Goods, the marketplace, you can get for $6. I think it says grain free, but I don't know about gluten free. You have the gluten free ones, you can get Big Lots for $6. Gluten free Oreos for $4. You can definitely easily get, even though it's like a big main time brand, you get those literally for $4. Some of them you can literally get for like $4, $5 a pop. You want to deal with these things. When you have the individual cookie, you can get those for $4, but it's only one big cookie you can get. Those are not cheap. These basically require a ton of production and require a ton of time to make those types of quality cookies like this, and so on and so forth. You can definitely look for those literally up in your nearby area if you choose to. All you gotta do is literally either look on Google or look on Bing. All right. So on that aspect, I can understand where Pokemon is coming from on this, because I understand he's actually trying to give out a reasonable pricing. If it was just some regular cookie that you really could try to promote, it would be like easily $2, $3, $4 a pop. But it's not so really more about the pricing. It's more so about belittling your base. It's more so about belittling your customer base, so that could be willing to buy your product if you choose to. If you treat them in this type of manner, there could be like a very higher chance that they might not be able to support you in your endeavors. They may not be able to support you in your product at all. And we know that Pokemon is literally starting to see that. And moving forward, I know she's actually going to try to make some changes literally down the line. And I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. With that being said, we can all learn from the moral of the story here is to always treat your clientele in any field, whether it's customers or patients or clients, treat them with the utmost respect as you possibly can, because it can definitely impact you making huge money in the long run, not just in the short term, but also in the long run. If you actually play your cards right, if you actually treat folks respectfully, you know, it wouldn't be a problem. But if you don't, it could definitely literally fuck up your bag. So with that, Christian Paul from the Nerd Chronicles is signing out. Deuces.